10 things you didn't know about KFC. But before we kick off, if you enjoy this video, please smack a like on it and hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way, you'll never miss an episode.
What do you know about chicken?
KFC advertise that their original recipe consists of 11 secret herbs and spices, but many people are unaware that the recipe and some of the ingredients are locked in a vault at the company's headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky. The secret recipe has never been patented. Why? Because patents expire, meaning eventually the public would see the secret document. In order to keep the recipe secret, half of the recipe is produced at Griffith Laboratories and then given to McCormick, who add the remaining ingredients. Talk about top secret.
That's classified.
Remember the famous slogan of KFC? Of course you do. Finger licking good. When KFC opened their first store in Beijing, China,
China, I have to have my China.
in 1987, the company naturally translated the slogan word for word into Chinese. However, finger licking good translates to we'll eat your fingers off. Despite the initial mix-up, KFC is the biggest Western fast food chain in China today, with more than 4,500 outlets, and you can even get it delivered to your door. In 1930, in a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky, 40-year-old Harlan Sanders began cooking for hungry travelers who stopped by for gas, serving them his southern fried style chicken from his very own kitchen table. As word spread and Sanders' fame began to grow, people started traveling from far and wide just for a taste of his food. Sanders spent the next 9 years perfecting his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, and the basic cooking technique is still used today. In 2014, there were more than 18,000 KFC outlets in 115 countries and territories around the world. Sanders Cafe, as it was known, is still there today, functioning as a normal KFC with a museum dedicated to the Colonel himself. So everyone knows Colonel Sanders, but another man just as important to the success of KFC doesn't get as much recognition. Leon Pete Harmon was the first person to franchise the KFC brand chicken in his hamburger restaurant. It was an instant hit, and both Sanders and Harmon teamed up to open other KFC outlets around the USA. Harmon also came up with the idea to serve the chicken in the now iconic KFC red and white bucket. The original KFC bucket came with 14 pieces of chicken, 5 rolls, and a pint of gravy, and sold for only $3.50. Harmon also came up with the slogan, finger lickin' good. Do you know what the Japanese go for at Christmas dinner? You guessed it, KFC chicken. Since KFC raised the slogan Kentucky for Christmas in Japan, or as the Japanese say it, Kirisu Masu Niwa Kentucky, Japanese people have started a tradition of having KFC chicken on Christmas. Even though the majority of Japanese people don't celebrate Christmas, they turn out in huge numbers and line up for hours just to eat a bucketful of the Colonel's fried chicken. In 1991, the name Kentucky Fried Chicken was done away with, and the shorter term we all know, KFC, was its replacement. But this wasn't just to shorten a name. KFC headquarters in the late 80s decided to get rid of the name Fried because they felt it would have a negative impact on sales. In the late 80s and early 90s, there was a trend towards more healthy food choices. In recent times in the US, the name has returned to its traditional roots, embracing the fried nameplate. In the mid-70s, Colonel Sanders sold the business for just $2 million. In the years ahead, Sanders was very unhappy with the way the company was being run. In 1976, while visiting at a Greenwich Village KFC, he took to the press, and the New York Times reported that Sanders said, "It was the worst fried chicken I've ever seen, and don't even get me started on the gravy," as he claimed it wasn't even fit for his dog to eat. Sanders, so frustrated with his former brand, opened a new fried chicken restaurant called Claudia Sanders. KFC then sued Sanders, and they settled out of court. KFC landed in Australia in 1968, when the first store was opened in Guildford, Sydney, New South Wales. Today, KFC serves 2 million customers every week through 600 stores across Australia. That means just under 10% of the Australian population eat KFC each week, making KFC one of the largest fast food chains in the country. The Double Down, KFC's notorious mash-up sandwich featuring 2 fried chicken breasts wrapped around cheese and bacon, was introduced via a press release on April Fool's Day.
I am proceeding on foot.
But it turned out to be a smash hit. It sold out by 2 p.m. on its release day at KFC in British Columbia. Across Australia, it is simply known as the Double, and in Japan, where it is sold under the moniker of Chicken Fillet Double. It received much criticism from health food experts at the time, and gee, I wonder why. While the original recipe is nearly impossible to come by, there is a worthy substitute on the market by Marion K Spices known as 99X. Many sources agree that Harlan Sanders once asked Bill Summers of Marion K to recreate his blend of 11 herbs and spices, and recommend that version to franchises over the corporate concoction, believing it was a higher quality. After the Colonel's death in 1982, Marion K was banned from selling the mixture to any KFC franchise. But it is available to the public, and a bottle of it will cost you $22. Or you could just watch Nico's Kitchen for free and make your own, as I cracked it years ago.
Who doesn't love KFC chips? I love KFC chips, and that's what we're doing today. I'm on my way to get some hot and fresh and tasty and delicious KFC chips, because there ain't nothing better. Check out the speaker box, guys. I don't know, this box has seen better days. They're so slow here.
Anything else? I can help you.
Hi, can I get a large chips, please, straight from the fryer?
Anything else?
No, thank you.
$4.95, later on 40 pounds.
No worries. Did you say $4.85? $4.85? $4.95? They're expensive chips. I can buy 4 kilos of potatoes for that. We'll be lucky if this video makes $4.85. Fast food, huh? Look, 6 minutes. I've been recording 6 minutes. It only takes 3 minutes to cook these chips. They came in when they were young. Now look at them leaving. That's how long it's been.
It's been 84 years.
Large chips?
Yes, please.
Just a minute, putting on fresh ones.
Yeah, no worries. Francis, frozen Mountain Dew. Frozen Mountain Dew. I love you, Boogie. You want a boogie? Oh, thank you very much.
Very nice.
You too. Hot chippies, guys. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Who doesn't love KFC chippy? Oh, my mouth is drooling.
So here's how you make KFC chips at home. Get 3 large potatoes, wash them and peel the skin. To cut the potatoes into battens, the technique is easy. Thinly slice one side of the potato to create a flat surface to work on. Then cut across 1 centimetre widths. Stack them up using the flat side again and repeat the 1 centimetre cut. That way you'll end up with even sized chips. Now into a pot of boiling water, place the potato chips in and cook for 5 minutes. This will not cook the potatoes all the way, but it will give our chip a fluffy texture at the end. Also add a half a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. The turmeric will give our chips a slightly golden look using natural colouring. For the seasoning mix, add 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of icing sugar, and mix together. For the seasoned flour, add 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. Pull out and drain the chips from the water, then coat in the flour. Carefully shake off the excess and get ready to fry. Place vegetable oil in a saucepan or a deep fryer, get it nice and hot, and fry the chips for 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want them too dark though, as KFC chips are quite light in colour. Drain on a paper towel and season them while they're still hot. Serve immediately. And now all we have to do is get stuck into this bad boy.
Who's at the door, Jack? Who is it?
Hello.
Hello, come on in.
How are you?
Good, ready for round 2?
Sure am.
Awesome. Welcome back here.
Thanks.
Last time you were here, you were judging the KFC fried chicken, and we all know how that went. This time round, you are judging KFC chips.
Sure.
And we can't even see your head.
Get your pop on your blindfold, please.
So Katie, you've got KFC chips to the left and right of you. I want you to try the ones on your right first, please. They're in a box. Go all the way up, that's it. Work your way up. Grab a handful.
Good seasoning. Not too crunchy. A little bit dense, like a little bit floury. But overall, pretty good.
Okay, there's ones on your left.
These are bigger. I like the seasoning better on these ones. They taste fresher, not as floury, and lighter, not as dense.
So Kia, which one would you prefer? Which one would you buy?
I'd buy the left because they're fresher, nicer, a bit more tasty.
Thank you, Kia.
How am I supposed to tell? Anyway.
Which one do you think is KFC?
Oh, that's KFC. Is that KFC?
That's KFC.
Oh, you actually did really good, Rob. You did really good. These are great. No, like...
I'm a prize fighter. I'm kicking her ass.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore.
And you were held up at the drive-thru. Mine were cooked before you went and got yours, and mine were fresher.
Well, I've been lucky enough to come and judge 2 of Nico's KFC competitions, and so far he's won both of them. What can I say? The food doesn't lie.
No more fast food. No more fast food. We're moving off. We're moving on from fast food from now on.
I'm not done with you yet.
I'm done losing.
I've got an itchy nose. Can you itch it?
No.
Don't you hate that when you've got an itchy nose?
Or an itchy foot while you're driving.
Oh.
Next week we're doing chocolate. I need a fighting chance.
I'll still kick your ass.
I need a fighting chance, guys. Come on.
You say this shit every week. It is so cold. Instead of wrapping this up in the kitchen, we're wrapping this up in the bed. Do you know this is also the first ending that we've done where I'm not wearing any pants. Guess where else I put the special seasoning? You can have another taste of it if you want.
I don't lose twice. Savage.